share my screen. Okay.
Have you ever thought about how parents, parent? According to child psychologists, there are two aspects of parenting that can influence child development, emotion, and behavior: control and warmth. The control aspect describes how parents react to their children and which methods they use to parent. The warmth aspect is how much affection parents give their children. Learning about the different combinations of high or low control or warmth of these parenting styles could benefit current and future parents and their children. With that said, let's get into the 4 different parenting styles. Number 1, authoritative parenting. Authoritative parenting is high on both control and warmth. These parents set strict rules and consequences, but they also make sure not to ignore their child's feelings. They are warm, nurturing, and encouraging, and willing to listen to their children and consider their point of view. But they also make it clear that adults are in charge here. With this approach, they have control over their children, but not in an overbearing way. This parenting style has been considered the best because it's a perfect balance of rules and affection. Children that were raised by authoritative parents are usually happy, confident, respectful, and successful. They rarely show signs of problematic behaviors such as addiction, alcoholism, or problems with the law, because the control their parents had over them ensured to teach them good behavior. And since they received so much love growing up, they can love and fulfill themselves and have stable and secure relationships with others. Number 2, authoritarian parenting. It sounds similar to authoritative parenting, but make sure not to confuse the two. Authoritarian parents are also high on control, but their parenting is lacking warmth and emotion. These parents believe children should follow rules without exception. They are strict and believe in punishments and discipline. While enforcing their rules, they don't really care about their children's emotions. Negotiation is just not an option in their house. They may seem cold and distant when dealing with their children, and sometimes they can even get hostile and aggressive. When their children grow up, they're obedient, respect authority, and follow the rules. But because their opinions were never heard or valued, they have problems with self-esteem. It's hard for them to communicate their wants and needs with confidence. Because of this, they may be prone to depression or anxiety disorders. Number 3, permissive parenting. Kids usually like this parenting style the most because those parents show little control and lots of warmth. They often say that kids will be kids and are quite forgiving when their kids make mistakes and might sometimes act more like friends than parents. They like talking with their children and joking around, and they rarely put their foot down. But no matter how much their kids like that treatment, the permissiveness comes with a price. Children raised this way are often low in self-control, consideration for others, and in achievement motivation. They are also more likely to experiment with drugs or alcohol. They also might struggle academically and have low motivation for higher education. And number 4, uninvolved parenting. Unfortunately, some parents don't really care about warmth nor control. Those parents, uninvolved ones, barely ever show interest in their children. They don't ask about their needs, schoolwork, or friends. They let their kid do whatever they want while expecting them to take care of themselves too. They can be straight up neglectful, cold, and rejecting when their kids seek their help. Uninvolved parenting also has negative effects on children. They don't do well in school, don't have fulfilling friendships, and have high levels of depression, anxiety, and drug use by the time they're teenagers, and are also likely to struggle with their self-esteem. If you're not a parent, which parenting style did your parents have while raising you? And what effects did it leave on you? And if you are a parent, in which category do you feel you fit in? Let us know in the comments if you feel like there's room for improvement.
Well, so the 4 parenting style: authoritative, authoritarian, and we have permissive, and the last one, uninvolved. So which one you feel like that is your style?
Yeah.
Which one?
Our style and number 1 and number 2.
1 or 2, because they are different. So you know that if you are authoritative, it's like, you consider the feeling, emotions, you're really happy, warm, and of course you have good relationship, but still you are parents. So kids should know that you are the one in charge. So because you are parents. So this is the first one. And I am the one for this one, this style, because I really confirm it because I am the one for this type of parenting. The second one, authoritarian, is like, you are someone who is in charge, and you know that, but actually you don't consider, or maybe consider less than the first type, like, emotions, and you try to, I don't know, just have distance with your kids because I am parent. So maybe I don't confirm this one, and you are actually, it makes you really strict parents. So without considering their happiness, or I don't know, their emotions, how they feel at the moment. And the actually the two, like in the permissive, okay, just I don't know, let them do what they want because they are kids. And I hate this method. And the last one, uninvolved. They don't have any idea that why they are parents. Just, okay, I have kids, but they have their own lives, and without caring, without thinking about their kids, and without any responsibility. So now you tell me which one, which category do you belong to?
The first one, we control and we have a strict rules and ask my kids for obey the rules. But we have a balance. We compliment. Uh, we praise when they do well. We uh, um, but sometimes punish. We punish them when they uh, don't listen, um, or um, they do differently, um, and uh, we have one. Um, uh, I mean, we have the balance between the control and warmth.
Yes. Yeah.
So, authoritative. Number one is authoritative.
Yeah.
I like it as that way to teach our kids.
Yeah. So I do agree with you. Authoritative, that is the perfect, I think, method. So you have, as we just, so it's like, warmth and control. So it's like you're still parent, but you because let me ask you a question. There is a belief that people say that we are friends, we are not parents. What do you think about this? Really, we are only friends of our kids, or no? You think that we
Sometimes
are
we
parents?
sometimes we are friends, but sometimes we have to be parents.
That's
Yes. When we play with them, we are friends. We are their friends. Or when they want uh, them to share their feelings, and then um, yeah, they share their privacy. Um, they if you want to if you want them to share uh, their secret, you have to be their friends. But most of the time um, we are parents.
yeah.
Um, yes.
Yeah. And so we talked about the first one and the second one. What about this one, the third one, permissive parenting? What do you think about this method? Like, just kids are kids. Let's do I don't let them what they want to do, like, because they are kids. They should
Yeah.
play just forever. So what do you think about this one? So do you think kids or children are allowed to do what they want?
I don't think it's a good way to teach the kids because they can do anything they want, and they it's not good for them. And we because they are not old enough to recognize what is right, what is wrong, and we need to um, control what they can do, what we cannot do. Yes,
Of
and I
course.
have um, my friend, my son's friend. His name is um, his 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 name is Min. It's like my name.
Ah,
Yes. Um, he can do. He always asks for what he wants, and the his parents are easy to um, supply what his needs, his needs, and this year, last year, he want to study at this school, but he said that, oh, I don't like it anymore, and he study at that school half a year or half years, and they have to change another school.
oh,
Um, yes, and because he disliked that school. After
oh,
that, he studied half a year at the second school. He want to change. Next year, he want to go to Malaysia to study there. Yes,
oh,
and um, uh, and he studied 1 year there, high school about 10, grade 10. And now he study in the U.S. alone. He live in a dorm and he study in the U.S. And this year he moved to Vietnam. This year he moved to
yeah.
Vietnam to study here. Yeah.
Again.
After, yes, again after 2 years for
Oh,
school, yeah, for or three school, yeah, in another country, in other
yeah.
country, yeah, and now she,
Wasting time
his,
and money.
yeah, his mom complained about him with me. She always complained because because maybe she applied the permissive method to teach him. Yes.
Of course. So we know, I think that parents are not allowed to complain when they raise their kid this way. It's like, when I raise my kid as spoiled kids, so that spoiled kids, they believe that they actually should have everything they want. So they should get what they want without effort. So it's like, okay, I want this. And actually, there won't be any appreciation. So they may not appreciate what they have because it's okay. Everything is easy. Easy money, easy school, easy starting. So it's not really good. And you raise your kid this way, so you're not allowed to complain because you wanted him or her to be this way. So I think so. I hate spoiled kids. start screaming. So sometimes I see in the street, so they like I go somewhere and either especially at store, so I see some kids start screaming, shouting, screaming because they want something, and parents like, okay, my dear, it's okay, you can buy it
Mm.
now, just don't scream. What is that? Okay, let her or him scream. So what is that? So I can't, I think. So I don't like this too. This last one, of course, uninvolved, unfortunately. So some people only have the name of parents. So actually, they are not parents, so they only have the name. Like they are parents, so mom or dad, without any responsibilities, without any caring, emotion, feeling about their kids. So I think we would go for the first one,
Mm-hmm.
a good method.
Authoritative.
Of course.
Authoritative.
Okay, tative.
Authoritative.
Yeah, of course. Authoritative, of course. Authoritative,
Authoritative.
authoritarian, permissive, and uninvolved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some kids are taught by uninvolved method.
Ah,
Yes. He uh, their their parents are teachers of my son. Yes. Yeah,
ah,
but their children in are not good.
ah,
They don't care much about his their study, their behavior, their friends, their relationship. Yes,
ah,
yes, and they uh, um, they go to school, but they don't study. They uh, make friends to others from other schools, and they use drugs. They smoke, and
ah,
they love each other, and they um, kiss, and they make and many things in the school. Yeah,
yeah.
and the parents don't care uh, or don't know what their children do.
Ah, of course. I think it's so, yeah, we know that it just, we watched the video and we saw that, of course, it's the consequence, maybe the first consequence of having uninvolved parents is to, I don't know, just maybe like is to have lots of emotional problem, depression, I don't know, drugs, smoke. So it's really normal because during the life you haven't had anyone to care about you, to actually consider your thought, you think about you, and of course that is a consequence. And that's actually the point is here. So I have a question. So how these people can be teacher? They
Mm-hmm.
can't even teach and train their own kids. So how they can teach and they can, I don't know, they can help raising our kids. So I think,
But they are not a good teacher. My son said that uh, most of students don't like the class with that teacher. They
of
don't like.
course,
Yes.
it's really normal. I want to say exactly this because you can't. So being teacher is totally, you are not only teacher, you are responsible for actually someone who is learning with you. You are responsible about their emotion, their thought. So it's really important what I show now. For example, we are at the same age, so it's not, but about kids. Now, for example, when I have a kid like 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, I teach you, they just look at me. I see that they're learning. Okay, let's see what teacher's saying. So for example, when they talk about something, how to, sometimes they complain. Like for example, they complain about, I don't know, their parents. For example, teacher, my dad shouted at me because I did. So now that's really important, how to control, how to manage the situation. So I never say that, oh, really? Such a bad thing. Your dad shouted at, maybe I don't agree. Maybe I don't agree. I know that it's not, but I'm like, okay, of course, because maybe you did, because your dad loves you a lot. And because of you, it was because of you, because actually he want to see your growth. He want you to be better. He want you to learn better. So I'm like this. So, and that is really important when I can't do anything for my kid, how can I help others kid, like, other kids? So being teacher is really difficult, and unfortunately, we have a lot in my country. So sometimes we get some news. A woman who left her maybe 1 year old kid in the car to go to the party, and of course, and people called the police after a few hours, and they had to
Oh,
take the kid to hospital. And the mom was like, no, it was only 30 minutes. And police officer, okay, was talking, and they were recording, like, okay, it's been about 5 hours that you left your kid in car, and you are lucky that she is alive.
wow.
Yeah, of course we have a lot. So they don't care, just
They don't
uninvolved
care or
parents.
they forgot. They forgot.
No, 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 no. Just because she want to have some fun. Okay,
Uh,
she's in the car. She can wait. She is in the car for 5 hours without anything. And she started crying. So the kid started crying after, for example, 30 minutes because it's 1 year. So how can you leave her?
wow.
And people, of course, it's real. And people called the police, and they came, and they, of course, opened and called, tried to find mom. Okay, where was the mom? In the bar, club. So after 5 hours, they could find, of course, they could, yeah, survive, like the kid. They take her to hospital because that she was so legal to stay for 5 hours in car. And of course, mom was arrested, you know? And so we have these parents. Unfortunately, uninvolved parenting is really common nowadays, I think, when we see lots of cases. Yeah. We live in, I think the world is not safe anymore. We live in a really unusual world. Well, okay. So we talked about this widow, and of course there were some questions. So, I want to ask you this question because it's about Asian parents. You help me. Asian parents in general always expect their children to become doctors, lawyers, etc. Their expectations more than often put a large amount of pressure on their children themselves. So have your parents done, so let me say first, is it true? Like, you really want your kids to be doctors,
Yes,
lawyers? Yeah?
I heard that the Asia parents have uh, they Asian parents expect their children much more than I think. Um, yes, like Korean or Chinese parents, uh, uh, maybe Indian parents, or even Vietnam expect their children to be a doctor, to be doctors, lawyers, um, scientists. Yes, um, um, I because my son and my kids study at international school, and the uh, Korean student study a lot, much more than my kids. After school, after they leave school at 3 o'clock p.m., 3 p.m., the mom, the Korean moms, pick up them at the gate of the school and
Yeah.
take them to the center to study math, science, or language. Yes. After that, they study sport,
Oh.
and at night they study. Kids study. They have to study online with Korean uh, teacher or another teacher. So you know the Korean or Chinese students that are very good at math and science and sport. They they are um, outstanding students, or most of them. Yeah,
Ah.
most of them. Yeah.
So does it
Um.
work, you think?
Yeah, and they said to my kids that they study a lot. They don't like, but they have to. They study with Korean teacher.
Ah.
Study math with online with Korean teacher until midnight or 12 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, it's too much. Wow.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
teachers in the school at the school love them very much because they work hard. They can be a teacher in the class. Yeah,
Oh. But
yeah. The teachers, they are just my son and my daughter said that in math class, the the teacher just stayed, sit at the table, and they uh, don't teach anything. The Korean or Indian uh, teacher, student, uh, will come to the blackboard uh, and shows how to do uh, show the exercise to other students.
oh.
Yeah, and they have a lot. They have the teacher a lot, and the teacher don't do anything.
Oh. So it's like I don't know. Actually, it's good for teacher. So, but yeah, really, it's good for because they don't need to do anything. But sometimes I don't know. You are genius. Like okay, you want, for example, you have a really talented kid, and your kid wants to study a lot. It's okay, but when you put your kids under pressure to study, so I know because as I told you, for example, I have Chinese students, and I see that how they actually try. So I'm like, it's too much, isn't it too much? Sometimes, for example, okay, I give some assignments, homework, but normal homework. So it's okay. For example, okay, you can have a worksheet, and you can do it. So that's it. And sometimes I feel like that, teacher, can we have more? And I'm like, why? Why do you need to? Because mom says that I need to do more homework. And I'm like, why? You already know. Yeah, and it's enough. Okay, just one. But I see that they study. So, for example, after school, they stay again until night to study at school. And I think it's too much. I'm not sure, of course, I can't say anything about so different countries, but I think it's too much. And what is the reason? To become a doctor? Okay, maybe they can be a good musician. They can be, I don't know, like cook, chef. I don't know, like maybe artists. So who knows? We only have doctors, lawyers. So I don't know, it's not fair, I think. How about your childhood? So tell me, were you under the same pressure when you were a child?
I don't have any pressures when I was a child
Yeah.
because I finished my schoolwork, and I can do I can go out to play with my friends. I can go to church. I can play piano. Yeah. My but because my parents are not rich. Family is poor. So I have to do another things to help my family, to take care, to clean the house, and I do many things.
Of course.
But that's not pressure. I love do housework.
Oh,
Yes.
of course, because there was no pressure, so you love what you were doing. So of course we did. All of us, we did lots of homework.
But
So
now
so
the student, our kids have a lot of pressure.
of course,
And you know, the
unfortunately,
Korean student said that I don't in a whole year they don't study anything new from school in math or science class because they study already that knowledge from online or from Korean teachers. They said that, yeah, and I heard they said, yeah, and you know the sequence that they don't respect other students,
oh
especially Vietnam and inter other countries student from other country because they said that you are not as good as
yeah,
me. You study not well. Yeah, I don't then want to play with you.
yeah,
So you have they have all their other community, Korean community, Indian community, Chinese
of course.
community,
So it make them arrogant. So,
arrogant.
okay, of course, when you are arrogant, like, you actually look at people from a higher position. I'm better than you. So, like, okay, I'm better than you because I know more than you because I study. So, I think it's not, yeah. So, this is maybe the consequences of some negative. I don't know, we think that we are doing the best, but actually we are not. So because we make our kids believe that they are better than others, smarter than others, more capable than others, that is not really good. Yeah, unfortunately. So parenting methods. So, and okay, this one okay. Uh we talked about, so this one, how can parental expectation affect children? So it can be positive here. So children develop their ability to do things in life, or children feel relaxed and not pressured. So what will help their children? So what do you think about this one? How can parental expectation affect children? So first of all, do you think it can have negative or positive?
Um, um, yes, I think when the my children are not good enough to guide their life to have their own life just to they don't know how to do how to go how to apply the university for example so our expectations uh, uh, can help them
Of
to
course.
guide them yes to the give them the direction
Of course. Correct.
yes uh, but if we do wrong with if we have expectations uh, mm, maybe bad expectation they will affect them um, to the bad way.
Of course. Of course. So you can show the way if actually you balance So expectation, but over. So as I told you, the word over expectation can actually have some negative consequences. So for example, I think no, maybe it can lessen their self-confidence. So it's like, they are not, because they rely on their parents. Like, okay, just they look at their mouth. Okay, so let's see what my mom is saying, what my dad is deciding. So I think it can be, if we over expect our kids, so it can have some negative consequences. And okay, let's see. Okay, how can parents balance their expectations? So we have some suggested answers, like find their children's strength, focus on them, create an environment to develop those strengths, and be
Yes, I
realistic.
agree with them. I agree with the answer that we we are parents, so we recognize that we find our children's strength and focus on them, and we created an environment to develop our children's strength
First.
and mm, uh, encourage uh, encourage their goodness to practice the weakness to the strong strength.
Of course.
Yes, and I also I definitely agree uh, the answer that um, um, we know their weakness and
Of course.
don't expect too much too high.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
to because we expect too high, we will give them more discretion.
Yeah, of course. So be realistic. Of course. When your
Yeah.
kid doesn't have a good voice, how they can be a good singer? So it's not
Mm,
possible. But they won't. Yeah, you can. Because being singer is
yeah.
really good. So you can be an artist. Okay, this kid doesn't have any talent. So just let them go and do nothing, do what they want, really, or I don't know, maybe talented in.
Yeah,
Well,
we will always ask them, "Oh, I like this," or I think you are best in this way, but what do you think? Yeah,
Grace,
we ask,
that is
what do you
perfect.
think? How do
Yeah.
you think about this? Um, yeah, my idea or
Yeah,
my
of course.
opinion, and how about you? Yeah, we ask, we discuss.
Grace. It's like
Much. Yeah.
we
Mm,
are not the owners, we are not. It's
yes.
just I gave birth to my kid, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that I am the owner. So it's like, just okay, so I have some ideas, so I can show you. Like, okay,
Mm,
according to my experience, my perspective, I think this is good, but how do you feel is important. So if you feel
mm.
good about it or no. And this one, have you ever fought with your parents because of their expectation?
Have you ever fought with your
It's a,
parents?
yeah, past form of
Fought?
fight is fought.
Fight. Yeah,
Yeah,
fight.
fight. This is
Because of their
past form,
passion.
past
Okay.
participle of fight.
Uh, I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe uh, I don't remember because I don't have um, expectation. I don't have to live up with my parents'
That was
expectation.
good. Of
Yes,
course. You
but
didn't, yeah.
when I want my kids to study piano,
Ah,
especially my son, he said that he doesn't like. Why? Why I have to study? I have to learn the piano. I don't like it. I like sport. I
ah,
like a guitar. I like trumpet. I like drum. I don't like a piano. Yes.
yeah. So why,
Uh,
why do you want them to learn piano? Okay, when maybe they're interested in, as you said, get guitar and they can learn. Why not?
I don't know. When he because I have a piano at home. But
Ah,
now when he said that, oh, I don't want to learn the piano, I want to learn guitar instead of I so I buy a new guitar for him, and
ah,
now he can, and now he study. When he want to study, he find he look for the teacher.
ah,
He look for himself
ah,
him to teach him the guitar.
very
Yes.
good.
Um,
So
and
I,
when he want to play boxing, he search on online. She search on the internet uh, to find a way to study. Find the find the center, find the teacher to teach him
yeah.
to do boxing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's perfect. So actually, that is the point. When they want, if they really want to do something, they find a way. So we don't need to push them. It's okay. Just let them do what they want. So that's really good because he wanted to learn the guitar. So he looked for a good teacher. So that's perfect because he didn't want to learn, I don't know, the piano. So it's really normal, different interests. So, but that's really good that you're really interested. And well, this one, there's two advanced discussions. So let's talk about parents will always think they know the best for their children. Have you either as a parent or a child have ever been in this situation? How did you deal with it? So what do you think about it? And it's really difficult to control.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you feel like that, I know this really good. So,
Yes, I always said to my kids that the parents is always think they know the best for the children. Yes.
yeah,
Um, I agree with this. Um, because my parents love me and want the best to me, and now I do the same with my kids. I think I always know the best for my children.
yeah.
Uh, but they don't like. They yeah they they said that that is your like, not I like.
Ah, of course,
Yeah,
that is what you like, not
you want
mine.
to you want piano. You love playing piano, but I don't.
Ah, of course.
Yes, so I have to follow him and
Yeah,
let him choose his choice.
yeah,
Um, I think we think it's the best for our kids, but we should talk to them, ask them, discuss with them. What do you like? I like this. Is I like, but what is your like?
yeah. What is,
Yes.
of course, this is what I like.
Every yeah, everything we talked. Um, we have a talk serious about something. I think I always have a solution.
Yeah,
Uh, yes, and the kids always agree with us.
yeah. And tell
Mhm.
me about you and your husband. Are you in the same way with your husband? So does he have the same opinion as you?
The I and my husband always have the same opinion.
Mm,
Opinion. Uh, in front of the struggle or obstacle, I always ask him. So we agree with each other first. After we agree and have a solution, we talk to our kids later. Solve in argument or in a talk. Uh, my husband and I always have the same opinion
of course, you
in
always
front of my
confirm.
kids. In front of my kids. when he dislike something about me, or they don't agree with me in something, he will uh, talk to me privately. Yes, but in the front of the kids, we have the same. That
Of
we are the one
course.
with.
Yeah, of course, this is really good. So if you have any disagreement, so you don't share and you don't show to kids, so okay, you can in private, you can talk about the matter, and of course you can tackle, so you can solve the issue. But in front of your kids, of course, you show that you confirm each other. Like, I agree, I definitely agree with your dad, or for example, your husband, exactly the same. And that is perfect. I think it's really good. And the last question is, some people say that the more your parents love you, the more they will expect from you. To what extent do you agree with this opinion? First, do you agree?
Mm, no,
Of
I
course.
don't think it's a good idea. Um, the parents loves you. Every parent love the kids, and but uh, they expect too much. Will make the kids pressure, feel pressure, and the result is will be good. The results enough good.
Yeah, of
Mm,
course.
yes, they should. Uh, they love the kids, and the kids know, and they encourage, um, and give them knows what to do,
Of
what
course.
you expect, but uh, they have their own choice,
Yeah. So I think
and
not only, so if you love our kids, not only we don't expect too much from them, but also we let them free to choose and decide. So it's not, yeah, of course, because I love my kids, so I expect too much. So, but I put them under pressure, so it's not really good. So I think no. On the other hand, we let them free to choose, to decide, to talk, to express their opinion, and to do what they really want. So as we did, so we did what we wanted to do, and now, of course, they can do what they want. So I agree with you, and I don't agree with this, actually. Well, okay. So we talked about this topic a lot, and
mhm,
that's
yes,
fine. Yeah. Of course, we learned some parenting method. I like this one, especially the video that was really good. So
yes.
yeah, now I have better idea about what I am. So it's really good. Well, so it's weekend and have a great weekend. So do you have any plans?
Uh, yes.
Great.
Not a brand, but a lot of tasks to do,
Ah,
because at the end of this week is the last week of this year,
great.
Lunar New Year. Yeah,
Yeah, of course, it's a new year. So yeah, of course, you have a lot to do. You should
yeah.
prepare.
Shopping and shopping, a lot of shopping.
Good. I think the
Have
most
to
interesting
shopping.
part, yeah, of New Year is shopping. Yeah, I think it's really good. Yeah, it's very good.
Maybe see you. I don't know. Next week I can study. I will let you know.
Of course, you will let me know. That's okay. So if you can or can't, just let me know, and that's okay. So,
Okay.
of course, if I see you, so of course. I would say that just, you know, because I have some wishes for your New Year, but if I don't, have a great time, great weekend, and best New Year with best
Yes.
wishes.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Okay. Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.